Stay here and breathe because this message arrives like a sealed envelope from heaven with your name pressed into the wax. Your hands may tingle and your chest may feel warm as you read because your spirit recognizes its own signature. This is the moment the page turns and the vault opens. Archangel Michael says the ledger in heaven recorded your name on September 18th with a deposit that outvalues every loss, delay, and closed door you endured. The entry is not ink but light, and the numbers are not currency but living favor measured in breakthroughs. The check is spiritual first and material next, so nothing on earth can cancel it. The vault guardian stood at the threshold when the date rolled over and stamped the deposit into your life story. A hush covered the room when the seal clicked shut because a countdown started that no thief could interrupt. The window marked 2 minutes in the spirit to decide, align, and receive. This 2-minute window is not about a clock on your wall but the posture of your heart right now. In these next breaths you choose alignment over anxiety, certainty over hesitation, and obedience over noise. You choose to receive what already carries your name. The check reads trillions because it counts health restored, honor returned, relationships mended, doors unlocked, and resources multiplied. It counts ideas that arrive in the night and contracts that sail through approvals without resistance. It counts protection that reroutes you from danger and favor that lifts you into rooms that once ignored you. Your past does not have permission to endorse this check because it belongs to your future. Your regret cannot sign for it because regret has no legal standing in your destiny. Your fear cannot stamp it because fear has no authority where you stand today. Archangel Michael says fold your shoulders back and lift your chin because delivery requires posture. Receivers look like doors set on true hinges, not like alarms flashing in every direction. You are not chasing a miracle because the miracle has already attached to you. Right now a courier in the spirit places a velvet tray before you with one envelope upon it. The wax seal shows a sword and a crown intertwined, the emblem of justice and authority. Your imprint matches it, which is why the seal warms to your touch. Break the seal cleanly and see the check fill with light as if numbers were constellations. Each digit marks a fulfilled promise, each comma marks a chapter change, and each zero is a ring of protection circling what belongs to you. The memo line reads paid in full for the years the locusts tried to swallow. You do not beg for this because beggars do not carry titles. You do not bargain for this because heirs do not haggle. You simply acknowledge delivery, and delivery acknowledges you. Take these 2 receiving steps now and keep them simple. First, speak out loud that you accept the deposit without conditions and without shame. Second, make space today for the first manifestation by clearing 1 drawer, 1 file, or 1 hour for what is arriving. You will feel a soft nudge to make a call, send a message, open a document, or revisit a proposal long shelved. That nudge is the clerk from the treasury pointing you to the first conversion point of the check. Follow it without delay and without explanation to anyone who cannot understand. On September 18th a private audit of your tears concluded and a reconciliation credit posted in your favor. Hidden overcharges of stress and mislabeled debts of guilt were removed line by line. The balance turned radiant and the system closed the case. You will notice signs that confirm dispatch because confirmation loves you. A number repeats on screens and receipts as if the universe is tapping your shoulder. A faint scent of rain or jasmine will drift by indoors and your body will know alignment has arrived. The next doors will not creak because creaking belongs to old hinges. They will glide because new tracks have been installed for your steps. Your timetable will stop resisting you because time bows to assignment. Archangel Michael says do not announce this to careless ears because not every ear holds a safe room. Guard the envelope image in your heart and speak only where honor lives. Protection surrounds the deposit while it converts to events and outcomes. You are stepping into rooms that once treated you like rumor and now treat you like reference. Your name travels ahead of you with a glow that settles arguments and ends delays. The check authenticates you without any need for a defense. Choose language that matches inheritance and watch reality obey it. Say restored not almost, say established not trying, say secured not maybe. Words are stamps that push the check through every checkpoint. Your sleep will thicken with peace because the treasury never sleeps. Your mornings will feel like clean windows because the dust finally washed away. Your days will develop a cadence where help arrives right when you lift your hand. The counterfeit offers will thin out because counterfeits hate bright light. The real path will clarify line by line and scene by scene. Your discernment will read the fine print at a glance and your feet will move accordingly. Today set 3 simple boundaries to safeguard the deposit while it matures. Close the door on one draining conversation that never changes. Decline one invitation that dilutes your focus. Remove one object from your space that holds yesterday's heaviness. Write one page titled Receipts of Favor and list the small wins that appear before night. The page becomes a folder and the folder becomes a cabinet and the cabinet becomes a testimony. Your heart learns to count correctly and your courage multiplies interest. You are not late because the courier waited for you to arrive at this understanding. You are not behind because inheritance runs on appointment, not comparison. You are right on time because September 18th synchronized you with your path. When your phone lights up with the right name or your email pings with the right subject, smile and breathe. The check is converting into calls, contracts, reconciliations, and releases. You simply sign with your steadiness and show up with your integrity. Your house will feel different because peace has weight. Your steps will sound different because authority changes the echo. Your voice will carry different because truth sharpens the tone. If resistance tries one final scene, it will flicker like a bulb that knows it is being replaced. Do not engage the flicker because attention is fuel. Let the new fixture take its place and fill the room. The 2-minute window in the spirit is closing on doubt and opening on clarity. You have already chosen with your posture, your breath, and your agreement. The vault acknowledges your yes and the corridor lights up ahead. Return to this message whenever noise rises and let it place your hand back on the right handle. The door that opens now will not slam because the hinges are anchored in purpose. Walk through with calm shoulders and a steady gaze. You are endorsed by the author, authenticated by the seal, and escorted by protection. Your name glows on the register and the amount cannot be measured by ordinary math. The treasury sings as it releases the next wave. Hold the envelope image one last time and tuck it beneath your ribs like a living ember. Let it warm your decisions and quiet your rooms. Your life is entering a season where testimony arrives before introduction. It is done in the spirit, which means it will be seen in the natural. It is assigned to your path, which means it cannot be stolen. It is already bearing fruit, which means you will not have to force it. Stand up slowly, gather your calm, and step into your day like you heard your name called from the front. Doors are waiting with your height measured and your chair pulled out. The vault remains open to you because you belong to the house. Archangel Michael says proceed without apology because you carry authorization. Receive the deposit, steward it with honor, and let humility keep you light. Your life now becomes a corridor of opened letters, and this was the first one. The corridor ahead widens as if walls remember your true dimensions. The air feels bright and steady and your stride finds a rhythm you did not have to invent. This is what arrival sounds like when the door knows your name. Keep the envelope image under your ribs like a quiet pilot light. Let it inform the atmosphere of every room you enter before a single word leaves your mouth. Influence arrives first and language follows. There is a ledger of small obediences that magnetize large outcomes. Today it will look like answering one message with clarity, placing one file in the right folder, and finishing one page you promised yourself. Completion will hum and momentum will multiply. Your environment is part of the vault protocol. Clear a flat surface, place your tools, and remove what argues with your focus. The treasury prefers order because order reduces leaks. The check converts through doors marked assignment, not accident. When you step toward what fits, resistance loses its jurisdiction. Your feet recognize accurate ground the way a key recognizes a lock. Design the next 7 days like a runway. Name one theme for each day and keep it simple and true. A clean week invites clean miracles. Write a brief decree for your mornings and read it before the world speaks. 3 lines are enough to align breath, attention, and courage. Paper turns into scaffolding and scaffolding turns into floors. Your relationships will begin to rearrange with calm precision. Some names will move closer with honor and some will drift to a respectful distance. Let the sorting complete without apology. There is a quiet authority rising in your tone that ends unnecessary negotiations. Decisions that used to wobble will hold still long enough for you to choose correctly. Stability will feel like a new muscle learning its full strength. Guard the first 30 and last 30 minutes of your day as a sanctuary. No commotion enters and no fear gets a seat. The deposit grows best when framed by peace. Expect confirmations to cluster. A phrase will repeat from 2 unrelated sources and a color will appear on signs and screens. These are breadcrumbs to keep you on the bright path. Do one brave administrative act you delayed. Send the document, request the record, or schedule the appointment. Bureaucracy bows to a decisive heart. Your resources will begin to favor function over flash. Tools, mentors, and rooms that actually build your future will outshine distractions posing as opportunities. The real shines brighter because it carries purpose. Honor your body as a carrier of the check. Water, rest, and unhurried meals turn into practical reverence. Strength in your frame steadies wealth in your hands. Prepare a receptacle for what is arriving. Open a dedicated account, create a folder, or name a tray as an intake space. Prepared space signals serious stewardship. The next helpful stranger is not random. They will appear with a sentence that fits your current step like a tailored seam. Receive the sentence and let it land. Refuse to dramatize delays. Announce a new route, take the clean turn, and keep walking. Detours do not reduce the deposit, they teach it new entrances. Craft a signature of presence for every room you enter. It can be posture, eye contact, or the way you set down your pen. Consistent signals teach favor where to land. Your language will carry fewer extras and more essence. Short sentences will do long work. Truth compresses beautifully when you stop performing. Choose a cornerstone habit that cannot be knocked loose. 10 quiet minutes, 1 page of notes, or a daily check-in with your plan. Cornerstones teach storms to pass around you. Keep counsel with one seasoned voice who respects your pace. Avoid committees for decisions that need a single yes. Clear authority prevents dilution. Place one photo or symbol on your desk that reminds you of recovered honor. Let it anchor your eyes when noise tries to scatter them. Memory of restoration is a shield. Make peace with being seen correctly. Your light will now attract accurate invitations and accurate scrutiny. Clarity can feel intense until you remember you were designed for it. Bring closure to one open loop that weighs more than its size. A 2-minute call can release a 2-year drag. The vault prefers clean inventories. Set a simple revenue path that honors your gift without contortion. It may be a service, a product, or a partnership that already fits. Authentic value delivers stable harvests. Document the first conversions of the check as they appear. A sudden waiver, a timely refund, or an upgraded seat belong in the record. Evidence builds faith and faith builds endurance. Expect a midweek surge of alignment. Meetings will shift onto your calendar like puzzle pieces finding their partners. You will finish the day with breathable space. Treat your signature like a promise, not a hope. Sign only where your spirit stands tall. Integrity is the ink that makes results non-reversible. Your home will hum with a lighter tone. Even familiar rooms will feel newly commissioned. Peace is furniture and you just moved it to the center. Answer your name when favor calls and resist the urge to over-explain. Let your yes be sturdy and your arrival calm. The right rooms read silence as confidence. Protect the origin story of this turn. Keep the sacred details in your private vault and narrate only what serves the work. Mystery safeguards momentum. Establish a weekly restoration ritual. A walk without noise, a bath without screens, or a window you sit beside until your breathing slows. Rest is not a treat, it is a tool. Your finances will begin echoing your order. Income will track assignment and expenses will obey purpose. Clarity will become your most valuable currency. If an old pattern knocks, let it meet the new protocol. You no longer open the door for what once drained you. Boundaries are the ushers of breakthroughs. Carry a small card with one sentence that defines your season. Read it when rooms shift or voices rise. A sentence can steer a ship. You are finding out that certainty is quiet. It does not bark and it does not shake. It stands like a lighthouse and does its work. Return to the envelope under your ribs and feel it warm again. The seal has not dimmed and the ink has not faded. The treasury does not issue fragile promises. Walk through the day with a steady cadence. Let your steps say delivered, your eyes say discerning, and your hands say ready. The vault recognizes that sound. When the next door opens, it will not argue. It will concede because your alignment has become undeniable. You will know by the way your shoulders stay down and your breathing stays slow. You are the steward of a deposit that reorders rooms. You are the carrier of a check that upgrades futures. You are the living proof that timing is a key and your name fits the lock. Keep moving with measured grace. Keep choosing the clear thing over the loud thing. Keep letting the numbers in light do their quiet work. The corridor extends and the horizon draws near. The house knows you and the table is already set. Continue, because continuation is the language of fulfilled promises. The light along the corridor steadies to a soft glow, the kind that makes details honest. You can see the grain in the doors, the quiet polish in the handles, and the clear path your feet already chose. This is how certainty appears when you stop asking permission from your old story. You move like a key crossing a room toward the lock it has always known. Each step is measured without being timid, sure without being loud. Arrival wears calm like armor. Open the next ledger labeled Conversions, and let today's date sit at the top in clean print. Beneath it, record one message returned, one task completed, and one promise kept to yourself. Small entries make large vaults breathe. Your environment is instructing your future in subtler ways than you imagined. The chair that faces the window, the pen that actually writes, the folder that opens without fight, these are allies. Rearrange until even the silence agrees. A whisper inside your ribs reminds you to protect ignition. That whisper is the seal warming, reminding you the check is alive, not decorative. Living promises prefer focused rooms. Choose one strand of delay and cut it cleanly. It might be a backup plan that no longer fits, a conversation that circles, or an app that steals focus. Scissors are holy when they free momentum. You will notice your posture teaching the day how to treat you. Straight shoulders, anchored breath, unhurried pace, these are signals the world understands. Favor lands on signals that speak fluently. A letter arrives in your spirit addressed simply, continue. Inside are 3 lines, simplify. Execute. Rest. Read them until they memorize you. Your gifts are not negotiators, they are builders. Builders prefer blueprints, measurements, and deadlines that honor the craft. Offer your gift the dignity of structure and watch it expand without strain. There is an appointment on your calendar that looks ordinary but carries weight. It will present as a call, a note, or a hallway hello with a precise sentence meant for you. Let the precise sentence land and rewrite your next line. Practice the art of clean exits. Leave rooms when the work is complete, leave thoughts when their lesson is done, leave tables when your piece is taxed. Clean exits fertilize new beginnings. Your discernment has sharpened like glass, but it is meant to be a window, not a weapon. See clearly, choose wisely, and resist the itch to announce every insight. Quiet understanding outperforms loud certainty. The check continues to convert in real time through channels that respect purpose. A fee is waived, a pathway clears, a delay apologizes by becoming a shortcut. Document these not as surprises but as the natural behavior of alignment. Archangel Michael says, honor the angel of follow-through that walks with you now. Begin what you finish and finish what you begin, with fewer beginnings and better finishes. Consistency is how heaven writes its signature in public. Create a table of 2 columns, friction and flow. Move items ruthlessly between them until flow holds the majority. Build your week from flow and let friction shrink through accurate delegation or deletion. There is a kindness rising in you that refuses to confuse softness with surrender. Your kindness now has edges, your edges now have mercy. This is what mature authority feels like in motion. When an old anxiety taps the glass, let it see the new architecture. Walls of order, windows of clarity, doors of decision, there is no vacant space for panic to live. Let it drift back into weather that no longer forecasts your day. Set a quiet checkpoint at noon where you recalibrate with 3 breaths and 1 sentence. Breath 1 says, I belong here. Breath 2 says, I am supplied here. Breath 3 says, I advance here. The sentence is your day's thesis. Your relationships are realigning without drama. People who love your purpose more than your performance will find their chairs closer. People who only loved your confusion will discover different rooms. Expect provision to arrive disguised as responsibility. The bigger tool, the clearer contract, the wider lane will ask you to step like a keeper, not a guest. Keepers carry keys and schedules, welcome the wait. Let your evenings become landing strips for peace. Dim the lights, lower the voice, and write what worked before the day forgets. Night honors you back when you honor it first. Tomorrow's favor is already rehearsing your name. It has practiced the pronunciation, the cadence, the calm with which you enter. Your only work is to remain true-sized, no shrinking, no swelling. When you touch your plans, touch them like they are lacquered with meaning. Resist frantic edits, choose precise revisions. Precision saves both time and heart. The check's memo line continues to reveal subnotes as you walk. Restoration of voice, restoration of timing, restoration of rightful partnerships. Each subnote unlocks a drawer you thought was sealed. Your home begins to echo your decisions. Drawers close, counters clear, and corners breathe. External order mirrors internal sovereignty. If interruption tries to parade itself as urgent, look for the missing ingredients: honor, clarity, assignment. Without them, urgency is just noise with a costume. Unmask it and return to your lane. There is a sentence you have outgrown, I'll see what happens. Replace it with, I will make this happen in right order. Ownership is not pressure, it is posture. Carry generosity like a quiet river through your week. Not performative, not exhausted, simply ready to flow where purpose points. Rivers carve canyons by being consistent, not by shouting. Your work will begin to invite witnesses who arrive with integrity. They will ask for nothing you cannot freely give and offer what adds true value. Welcome them and let the table lengthen. Let celebration be clear but not careless. Mark the milestones without breaking the rhythm that produced them. Mature joy multiplies capacity. If grief surfaces from an old room, greet it with a chair and a clock. Hear it, honor it, and then escort it out when the hour completes. The vault is for treasure, sorrow may visit but not move in. Your voice knows how to sign documents in the air now. Strong yes, clean no, and useful silence. Practice all 3 until they are fluent even under pressure. Build in margins the way architects build setbacks. Space around structures keeps beauty visible and function safe. Margins protect miracles from crowding. Your calendar is a canvas, paint with blocks of presence, not splinters of distraction. Give what matters daylight and what drains you dusk. Color returns to your days when you choose your palette. You are learning to prefer foundations over fireworks. Fireworks impress briefly, foundations carry cities. Choose the work that holds weight when applause stops. There will be a phone call with a pause that feels like a hinge. On the other side of that pause, a door you've felt for years will swing easy. Step through and keep talking like your feet know the floor. Your name is traveling ahead into systems that used to misfile you. Labels update, records reconcile, and the door guard nods you through without fuss. Correct names, correct pathways. When you rest, rest like a cathedral, quiet, high, light-filled. Stay long enough for echoes to settle and dust to choose the floor. Rest that deep becomes strategy, not escape. You are writing a manual for the future with how you live today. Others will read your pages and find shortcuts you earned with patience. Live as if your example is a bridge, and then let it be one. The corridor has widened again, but this time you do not rush. You walk at the speed of trust, the pace of accuracy, the rhythm of peace. The vault doors open as you arrive, because arrival is your new normal. The day greets you like a room that has already been aired out. Light sits evenly on the surfaces and the edges look honest. You step in and your breath sets the tempo. Your name has become a kind of passkey in places that once felt locked. Systems remember you correctly and the clerk's smile is the first confirmation. Ease is not luck, it is alignment doing its work. Mark a clean line across your page and title it Evidence of Delivery. Write today's first sign before noon so the ledger learns your pace. Expectation is a magnet when it's paired with order. A message arrives that sounds like a doorbell in your chest. It is the next instruction, sized to fit the hour you protected. Receive it without decorating it. Archangel Michael says let your yes be shaped like a schedule and your no be shaped like a boundary. Heaven respects calendars because calendars respect purpose. Move like someone who knows where the day belongs. The first task completes with an exhale you didn't realize you were holding. The second task completes with a hum behind your ribs. The third task completes with room left over for the unexpected good. Your environment keeps voting for your future. Clear table, working pen, charged device, quiet corner. These simple votes add up to a landslide of momentum. Carry clarity into conversations like a lantern. Speak in sentences that begin and end cleanly. Let no words promise what your calendar cannot keep. Today a forgotten favor finds its way back to you with interest. It arrives as an apology that turns into access. Honor it without over-explaining how long you waited. A small resistance flares and fizzles because it cannot breathe in this air. You neither chase it nor narrate it. You keep building while it evaporates. Place one brave call that shifts an old narrative. Say the truth that unlocks the next approval. End the call with shoulders low and a steady tone. Your steps keep choosing the path that carries your actual weight. Pretending leaves the building because it cannot lift what you're carrying now. Authenticity turns out to be the strongest alloy. A corridor of timing opens and you walk through at the speed of trust. You are early without hurry and right on time without rush. Watch how doors behave when your pace is accurate. Your body thanks you for the new cadence. Water tastes like focus and rest feels like provision. Strength becomes a quiet backdrop to everything else. The check continues to convert in the background, like sunlight turning seeds into fields. You don't tug at the sprout, you tend the soil. The harvest respects this kind of keeper. There is a document that used to intimidate you. Today it reads like a friend explaining next steps. Your pen moves with the confidence of someone who has read the fine print. In your inbox a subject line stands up brighter than the rest. It contains language that mirrors the decree you wrote last week. Echoes like this are how alignment says hello. You allow generosity to flow in measured, meaningful streams. A message of encouragement here, a resource shared there. Rivers carve their path by constancy, not volume. Return to your noon checkpoint and breathe your 3 simple truths. I belong here. I am supplied here. I advance here. A mentor's sentence lands with the precision of a level on fresh brick. One adjustment and everything sits true. Gratitude replaces strain as the fuel. You feel the clean click of a boundary setting without drama. The room recalibrates and respect returns to its seat. Peace takes up enough space to be noticed. A shy idea raises its hand in the afternoon. You give it a name, a date, and a first action. Ideas become partners when they're treated like appointments. Your phone lights with the right name at the right moment. The conversation threads itself into opportunity without force. You exit the call with a checklist that feels like momentum, not burden. The house hums with a tone you recognize as favor. Even the quiet has a color that wasn't there before. Order has a sound and your rooms are learning it. If a memory tries to rewrite your confidence, read it: the new policy. Archived, honored, and not in charge. Then return to the work that is actually alive. Evening approaches like a runway lined with calm lamps. You touch down, file today's evidence, and close the ledger with a soft hand. Rest is the vault door that keeps tomorrow's energy inside the night. You eat like a person who expects to finish races, not start sprints. You put the cup down with gratitude and the plate away with intention. Basic care becomes a form of wealth. The check's memo reveals a new subnote: restoration of time. Missed windows are replaced by better ones with cleaner frames. Regret loses its contract. Your name shows up in a room you didn't enter because your integrity walked in first. It sits there like a reference that no one argues with. Invitations choose you, not the other way around. Plan the next 2 days with 3 stones each: 1 build, 1 connection, 1 repair. Stones make paths, pebbles make noise. Choose the weight that leads somewhere. You give a small gift to your future self and place it where morning will find it. A laid-out outfit, a packed bag, a printed brief. Morning gratitude starts the night before. Archangel Michael says keep your counsel tight and your circle clear. Protect the coordinates until the landing is complete. Wise secrecy is not fear, it is stewardship. You sign one last document with a still hand. The ink dries as fast as your certainty. Filing it feels like setting a key back on its hook. Walk your space once before lights out and listen to the silence approve. You did the day correctly. The vault closes softly behind you and the watch changes without alarm. Sleep arrives like a slow ocean, even and patient. Your breathing finds the tide and your thoughts agree to drift. In the deep, the treasury works while you do not. Morning will open a new page that already bears your name. The first line will greet you like a familiar friend. Continue, it will say, and you will obey without strain. Your life is now a sequence of accurate doors and honored steps. The check keeps converting because you keep aligning. Evidence stacks, peace remains, purpose advances. If you need a word to carry in your pocket tomorrow, choose steady. Let it decide your pace, your tone, and your choices. Steady makes miracles visible. The corridor extends again, welcoming instead of testing. You cross it with the calm that comes from settled ownership. Another door opens because you arrived, and arrival is who you are now.